Good evening. I'm Joe Netherworld, and I'm here with your daily tarot card reading for Wednesday, the 26th of March. Well, this month is kind of leaving us behind and not really leaving spring with it. It's sort of a bit crazy, don't you think? It's almost like it's a timeout, almost from the universe. Where it's get your stuff together. We're not going to let spring get here till you are willing to admit that spring is a passage moment. Winter slows things down. Summer has its own pace. Spring is the most rapid, change saturated time of the year. And I think that people are not really, almost on an entire cultural level, ready to move forward. And it's already making itself... bad shuffle. It's making itself apparent that things are happening, and though there is a great sense of balance and a great sense of what's the best term for this? Equilibrium making itself present in the world right now, and we're getting exactly what we need, to get through. It's almost like we're getting gifts, and you can look at this as in a bad way. Everyone's bitching and moaning because their utility rates are high and things are high. But that's the price to have yourself warm and comfortable in the winter. Anyway, not to get too off of that, I'm going to start with our daily tarot card read for the day. Our 3-card pull, 1 main card, of course, 2 qualifier cards that support what the main card has to say. And with that, I'm going to pull the cards with the idea in mind that I feel that today's reading is going to be a reflection of getting what you need, but not expecting more than you deserve. So let's see what our first card up is. I'm going to just grab this right here and see what this one is. This is the Page of Cups, or it's sort of the fairy tale fortune card. In other words, the story behind the Page of Cups is simple. It's the story of the talking fish. Fisherman goes out, he reels in a fish, catches a fish, and the fish speaks to him and says, "Well, you can either eat me, which would take care of your hunger for the moment, or if you don't, I'll grant you 3 wishes, any 3 wishes you'd like." And so that brings up a very interesting parable here, that a hungry, practical person is going to eat the fish and not believe in it. A more enlightened person will at least gamble on these 3 fairy tale wishes, because what really is one fish worth? How much hunger will one fish take away? So if you choose to just eat the fish, it's practical, bordering on the paranoid, that you don't think you're ever going to get anything else. Nothing else is going to change. This is your one shot at feeding yourself. But a practical person, a thinking person, thinking practically, will say, "Hey, what's this one fish going to do for me? But it could change my entire life, so I'm willing to take this small yet poignant gamble." Also seen in the card, there's 2 budding tulips. It's a springtime card right behind him, and right behind the page. Which the page is it's the first step towards becoming. It's the first in the suit. The name cards, the face cards. It's no longer just a number. It's moving towards king and knight and all these other things. So it's the beginning. It's very much the essence of spring. The page is the essence of youthfulness going into spring. The 2 tulips, which are very spring flowers, are right behind to the side almost of his back, waiting to happen. So this is very much a sign that we're having our last real tightness grip of winter, because when we turn around by Thursday, Friday, we're going to be right in the middle of spring. So let's go with our qualifier cards. I just randomly pick them up. And we have 9 of Swords. Let's see what this guy is. And the 5 of Cups. Well, the 9 of Swords is the avoid your problems. It's avoiding your problems. They build up over your head by not taking care of any one problem. And now you have 9 problems over your head, and you're closing your eyes to your problems. So that's really, this is summing up what the read is kind of falling into place with what I was talking about earlier. But on our other card is the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is sort of crying over spilt wine or blood, but there's a symbolism tied in that card, and I can see it as quickly as I was flashing the card. But there are 2 untouched chalices behind the person, protected, unspilt. So yes, there is a loss at this time of the year. You're going to lose more than you got, but you're not going to, you're going to lose a percentage of what you have. You're going to have to let it go. You're going to have to keep what you have. And right there, that reflects back to the 2 tulips behind the Page of Cups again, that you still have this thing. So it's the beginning of new relationships. It's the beginning of budding friendships and budding relationships, and companionships. And then you have the Nine of Swords, which is clouding your thought process by reminding you of all the problems you've had. It's been a long, tough, belligerent, obnoxious winter that has caused a lot of problems and self-doubt, and it's made out of boredom. We've generated problems. So we've got an interesting problem and the fears it causes. But at the end of this reading, we've got this really bright card, the Page of Cups, saying, take a chance, move forward, let spring in, make these movements, and forget, if it's winter, fine, go look through some seed catalogs, do something. Yes, it's been relentless, and it's caused a lot of, there's loss, there's financial loss, there's despair, it's emotional loss and sadness, but we have to get past that. These are not outside forces affecting us, these are inside choices affecting us. And inside as in the house, and inside as in our heads. So for today, I would really focus on taking a gamble, not being so practical. Yes, you've been beaten up and beaten down that you almost feel like you have no room for impracticality. And even in my own life, some of the things I've been going through, just daily, the bullshit of daily life, have been working out. They've been solving themselves, little extra tweaks, an extra $10, an extra, I got a card in the mail and an extra $10 bill in it. Just a fun thing. Like, it's not a ton of money, but sometimes it's enough to go get yourself lunch or something. Like, just enough extra. Like, the bill was paid, but you have $10 left. I know that seems trivial and frivolous, just a couple of dollars, but that's what this is about. Spring is about the trivial and the frivolous. And even a couple of dollars more buys you 2 nice cups of coffee with you and a friend. You can make things happen with a couple of dollars extra. And that's the lesson here. You'll be taken care of. Things are going to fix themselves. Practicality and a pragmatic point of view will, work itself out, but you have to be open to the next step. So that's an interesting read today. It's not too mysterious. It's pretty grounded in the reality of what's going on here. There's a huge energy flow coming through. People are almost March Madness. They're crazy about the spring. They've been crazy to get through this stuff. And yes, we have to get through this stuff. So there's no choice but to move forward, right? You can't stop the system. But you can relax and enjoy the little things along the way. Spring is about little things, all these big things, the plants, the animals, everything. This is the small time of the year, the first signs of life. So keep that in mind. Look for the small benefits and privileges of this, and the small positive things of this time of the year. Don't worry about people that aren't nearby. Things are coming together. Things are coming your way, and you will have opportunity, especially today, to maybe gamble a little bit with what might be best for you and take a chance on the fantasy, take a chance on the fairy tale. So I'm going to leave you with that. Enjoy the day. Don't harbor on what you have lost, but remember what you've kept through the losses. You still have not lost it all. You still have a good proportion of positivity. And hopefully we'll see some more spring activity as the days pass. And then we'll all be complaining about how hot it got and how humid and all these other complaints. The human condition is one of complaining about the trivial and ignoring the profound sometimes. So switch that up a little bit today. I'll remain yours magically, as I always like to be. Always thinking about you, always out there. Please comment. I love the comments on the YouTube. It helps me give you guys what you want. But until that point, sometime around midnight tomorrow, I'll be here again with tomorrow's Daily Tarot Card Reading. Have a great night. I'm trying to turn you off now. Almost. And one more time.